I started the stream. The Dragon Barber of Fleet Street isn't quite right, but it's not quite wrong either. Kyle, the show is so great. It was really,
Wow.
really great.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It was just an incredibly meaningful experience. An awesome, incredible thing, and so hard, and I am so tired that I'm
Sweeney
here.
Todd?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I went to see it on Wednesday, which is the night before I got sick, and it was freaking fantastic. I mean,
Did you have a meat pie while you were there? That might have done it.
I did. I had some drink too. Uh,
You found out how you taste too, you know?
Kyle was amazing in it. He was surrounded by people who were also very, very good. Your co-lead, the woman, she was fantastic.
Yeah.
The young kid was really surprisingly great. Also, he was fantastic. The whole show was
You got
epic.
a good child actor?
Well, he was a teenager.
Still though. That's
He's
hit or miss.
24, but yeah,
Oh, he's 24. He just looks young.
he looks very young.
Oh, okay.
He's 7. Okay.
Yeah.
He's 7. His beard is 24 though.
No, but he's a very, very talented guy.
He was. It was great. I had been like kind of waiting so I didn't spoil anything. And I didn't like read anything, I didn't watch anything. I just wanted to go in and experience it raw. And it was a great production. They did a great job. Do you remember Wednesday's show?
Movie theater. Was that?
Do you remember Wednesday's show? It's probably all a blur now.
They do blend together. What happened at Wednesday's show?
Nothing. Everything was pretty smooth. There was one part where the judge stepped on somebody else's lines, and that was it. I think that was the only mistake. And it was fantastic. And it was so well, like they played it off so well. I just really liked how, here are some of the things I really enjoyed. Every time you slit someone's throat, the crowd like gasped. It was like they knew it was coming. They knew it was coming, but they couldn't help themselves.
Yeah.
It was just this involuntary reaction.
It was like, ah.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
It was.
I mean, the things you get up to with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
We had a few nights where people applauded the murders.
Oh Jesus!
Like, you guys are sick.
Yeah. No. Johanna had a bunch of her friends there that night. Oh, and here's the thing: I was not feeling well, so I didn't tell you this. There was a young woman with her hair dyed blue sitting between me and the stage, so I kind of had to look at her when I was looking at the front of the stage. She knew every single word to almost every single song, and she was like mouthing them as she went. I was like, what? She could be in the show.
There are real Sweeney Todd nerds in the world.
Yeah.
They're real Sondheim nerds who they are obsessive, and we knew that we were gonna have to contend with that, but it's always wild when like you're singing and you look out and somebody's going,
yeah. Yeah.
along with you. You're like, all right.
It must have been unnerving. But she was loving it. Like she was like smiling and giggling and like pushing up her glasses. Like she was super excited. I was just impressed. I was like, wow, this is a lot of fast-paced singing dialogue.
So much happens in that goddamn show. It's so
I'm not dying. I'm fine. Okay, I might be dying. Hi, everybody. The stream is live, and we should have Gelidus tonight. Let me just text him. But sadly, Ezra, whose plan this was, has a terrible ear infection.
terrible and that he's not playing tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's just really uncomfortable to even like have sounds, um, especially like wearing a
Oh,
headset.
okay.
So I don't know if we'll get him or not, which means someone else is going to have to take notes. And in the meantime, since Dirk hasn't been here in a couple weeks, and Owen wasn't here last week, I'm wondering if Jana and Zerwin can do a recap. Mm-hmm. Because we're going to start off with Jana talking tonight. Just a bunch of Jana talking.
Let's do it.
Lucky you. Um, okay, so we've found that the disappearances are happening up in the mountains near the river. So we've been going up into the river. We found a few farms. Um in one of the farms, we found a very hungry little girl hiding in the walls of her house after her family were turned into the them. Um her family went away, and when they came back they were different, and so she has been hiding in the walls, and they run away when she makes water make a sound.
Yep.
So we followed so we left her in the walls, which is a thing that we did, and then we found the cave. We went up into the cave. um we found all the families. They were covered in fiendish fungus, which is a good phrasing of Ezra's. We found the portal to the scary place, and we fight a scary guy. Um,
This is what happens when you just take notes like this.
So the scary guy we fought. So then we went to the portal, and the portal started talking to us. Like a face popped out of the portal,
Was it
and
douchematage?
It wasn't, but good guess.
it said it was kind of hard to get anything out of him, but the scary thing that we fought was called a herder, and the
Like
other
a
ones looked like they were trying to get through the portal, but were having a hard time doing it. When Ezra pulled his book out, they backed away from the portal.
just a bunch of nerf herders.
Yeah, and they called the I forget what they called us as like the people in our world, you, and they were turning us into them. And then we assume the herders are
Puppets,
hurt,
vessels,
right?
cattle.
And so we stood there and really didn't do a whole lot for probably 20 minutes, and then we saw in the portal scenes of a couple of the them. So the farmers who were dead in the basement were now these whatever zombie things that we don't know exactly what they are. We're trying to get the little girl out of the wall, and also Dirk, I think you remember the group of people we found in that farm that we didn't really get along with um, last time you were here. They were being attacked by another group of the them. So we hustled back out of the cave. We got there. We saved them. Um, we killed 4 of the them. One of them, we technically killed 3, and then one exploded in a cloud of poison gas. We were able to save everybody who was there, the little girl, and then the other group. Also, we counted about, I think, 40 bodies in the cave. So there are essentially 35 to 36 more of these demon fungus things that look like people. So I don't know if you guys remember when we made camp with the woman, and we told her that one of her guards was a fiend, and she just went up and killed it. That was one of them as well. So um, So we went back into town. We dropped off the little girl with the woman who runs the smithy. And then we have come up with a plan to essentially try to get them to abduct one of us and lead us back to the cave, right? Because that's what they're doing, is just trying to create more of them. But it seems like they have to get the people to the cave to turn them into them.
Okay, you're correct. You did figure out two other things. You figured out that the portal can't open without a sacrifice.
Not a sacrifice, right?
Right. And so they need people to turn into them, and then they need to sacrifice either a them or a people to open the portal to let through another herder. Right? And you also know that they can on the outside appear to look like anyone, but taking enough damage will revert them to their natural form.
Right.
And then
And so I think we were going to have Owen just turn on his detect good and evil.
Okay.
But the problem is we didn't, because we're just it's a bustling town during harvest. And so it would have been really hard to kind of pinpoint where these people were. So the plan is Ezra and Gelidus are going to go into a bar and get drunk. I'm going to be bouncing at the bar, and then eventually I'm going to throw them both out. And we expect them to sort of go after these two small inebriated folk, because they will be the easiest to sort of get out of town without a fuss and get back to the cave. Right now we've got Jana up on the roof of the warehouse across the street, and I believe we have Owen in the warehouse and Dirk in the warehouse as well. I don't think Dirk went up on the roof.
no,
I could
so
be wrong with that.
yeah. So basically at this point, I stuck both because you weren't here. I put both your characters in the warehouse across the street. But
Okay.
you know the plan. If you want to do something different, you can do it because it hasn't started yet, right? The only thing that's happened so far is that Jana is up on the roof of the warehouse.
What's the signal for us?
Excellent question.
Elidus and Ezra getting abducted.
Yeah, you
Okay.
guys are keeping an eye on the building from the warehouse, because we don't necessarily want to fight them in the city or in the little town. We want to get them outside, because if we do kill one, or they have the ability to essentially explode, and we don't want to cause damage and panic because there are 36 other ones we have to find.
It was some pretty gnarly poison damage.
Yeah.
That hit everybody. It would definitely kill a bunch of regular folk.
And I think there's a note that said Dirk took 24 points of poison damage, but I don't know if that got healed. I can't remember.
You have not had a chance to long rest yet.
Okay.
I did have Owen burn one of his Cure Light Wounds spells to heal the little girl.
Okay. I'll mark it off. Did I take any damage that anyone remembers?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Okay.
You somehow made your saving throws.
Just to be clear, if I missed it, the exploding that they did was when they died, or it's a thing that they do as like an ability.
It seemed like an ability. We killed two of them and they did not explode, but then the
Got it.
one was close to dying,
Have
or
we?
actually probably sacrificed itself, because a couple of them ran away from us.
Did Ezra try
While
anything
that
like
one blew up.
fire? Do we know if
Ezra,
fire contains the spores?
Cleaned lightning killed them.
yeah, lightning killed them, but we did not try anything fire to try to like blow up the cloud of poison to make sure it doesn't spread. We did not do that.
Okay.
Yeah, Ezra did some pretty gnarly chain lightning. And
Is there a D&D version of the CDC we should, you know?
Yeah, probably. Okay, so just to be clear, Owen and Dirk, do you want to be in the warehouse, or do you want to put your characters someplace else?
If that seemed to be the best situation, I'll follow Dirk's lead on this one. What are you feeling?
I would actually like to get some high ground.
Okay.
Has
I'm
a
not so
lightning
great
quick
at high
distance?
ground because I'm melee. Do you want to be like atop the warehouse and I'll be a bottom the warehouse?
Uh, I would love to be atop your bottom.
Okay, I will be the bottom to your top. And this is on the internet forever.
Yeah, I'm
And
glad.
why don't we just dangle a rope down, in case you need to descend quickly,
Sounds good.
and I'll be there if I need to catch you.
Jana's up there too.
Jana's up there too. Jana can acrobatics, off of a bird into a window,
Yeah,
like
could just run along the rooftops.
just run along a series of flying pigeons until
So, confession, I was going to make a map for this, but I have been deathly ill with the flu over the past 4 days. So I have done nothing except for what I wrote already.
If only we had imaginations and we could
Right.
use theater of the mind.
Yes. So let me just make sure I can describe this to your content, and feel free to ask questions.
I'll never be content.
Also fair. The bar / inn is in the center of town, and it is across the street from the warehouse. The warehouse is about 400 feet long, and in the hey Joe, in the off season when it's not harvest time, it's mostly empty. It's used for storage. But during harvest time and the festival, you all also found out, you forgot this in the recap, that there is a festival which is supposed to start. You don't know when, but it looks like soon. I've mentioned this several times, but you failed to investigate.
Is there anyone on the street I could be like, hey, when's the festival start?
Yes, remember that question. I just want to
Okay.
finish my description. Behind the warehouse, so if you are facing the tavern, if you go through the warehouse on the other side are the docks, right? Which obviously abut, or maybe not obviously, but should obviously abut the warehouse. And so if things come in and out of the warehouse, they go right to the river, they go upstream, they go downstream, depending which docks they go to. The street itself is just dirt, but it's very, very hard packed. And there are, like, imagine sort of like a tombstoney or like Wild West sort of, like the downtown area where one building is right next to the other one. There's no alleyways between them. That is how the 6 or 7 buildings that are downtown are stacked. They share common walls. Um, the building next to the tavern is a wealthy person's house on the left. On the right, as you're facing the front door, the building on your right is the sort of town offices. 2 doors down on the left is the smithy, and then some houses on your right. The inn itself is 3 stories tall. The warehouse is also roughly 3 stories tall, but it has a steeply pitched roof, which means, Jana, you're actually only about 1 story off the ground as you are towards the front of the building. Okay. Everyone satisfied with that description? Want any questions about what I just described?
Oh, that's great.
As evening approaches, it looks like it's going to be an overcast night, which makes sense because remember there was rain. And maybe a little darker than normal, but not like pitch black. It doesn't matter for you all; you have night vision anyway. Um, and yes, Owen, if you want to just stop someone in the warehouse, because it is. Listen, even as nighttime approaches, that warehouse is still jamming. Like, people have stuff that needs to go in and out. Barges are going mostly downriver at this point, but coming back up to refill. Like, it is a busy time.
Okay.
Do you want to talk to someone about something?
Yeah, I'll just stop someone walking by and be like, when is the festival tonight? Do you know when it's scheduled for?
The Harvest Festival.
Yeah, yes. Unless there's 2.
You're not from around here.
No.
He's carrying a small crate with looks like eggs in it.
I'll kill him. I'm kidding.
He stops and says, "Oh, sure, yeah. Well, you've come at the right time of year. It's a really good time. You'll notice the vendors on the north end of town. Avoid them altogether. Those are all the people that are just trying to sell worthless shit to the farmers who just got a bunch of money. But the festival will actually have some really interesting things. The opening night is tonight. The the town square area here is gonna be jammed packed. There'll be people everywhere. There'll be jugglers, there'll be singers, there'll be dancers. It'll be great. If you have any spare coin, make sure you tie your purse up tight and make sure that you know, are discerning with your funds because everything is going to be overpriced during harvest time, and the
I
harvest festival is
understand.
no exception. If I can make one recommendation though,
Yes, please.
get a meat stick from the vendor at the far side.
A meat stick, you say? What is
Oh,
this meat upon a stick that
it
you?
is it is so good. There are these spices that they get from somewhere across the sea, and they grill this meat. They smoke this meat well rubbed in this spices, and then they grill it to have this like crusty char on the outside, and then they spear it with a sharp stick, and you get all these tender pieces of meat and vegetable, meat, vegetable, meat, vegetable, and it is unbelievably good. I
From
want
the
one.
lands of kebab, perhaps.
Um, Perhaps yes.
Well, I'll have to. I'll have to question any spice merchants in the area if I taste it and it is tantalizing.
Ha! He looks like he wants to slap you on the shoulder, but he's got a cart full of eggs, a crate full of eggs. Good luck, friend.
Good luck with your eggs.
Thank you. Anyone else? Dirk, you make it to the roof with minimal scrambling, and you do in fact see Jenna up there. And actually, both Jenna and Dirk at the far end, south, you see like a group of teenagers who look like they've snuck a bottle of something up. And when you first crawl up, Dirk, they're like, "What the fuck is that?" Because there's not a lot of people like you around here. But then when you like sit down next to Jana and start, they're like, "Oh, it's some sort of weird love affair happening, and we don't really care." And so they go back to like sipping their booze.
What happened last game that I wasn't aware of? Are you guys an item now?
We're not.
No?
I was gonna canoodle.
No canoodling?
No canoodling at all. No rooftop. Fine.
Zerwin seems very open to canoodling. You could try.
He smells.
There hasn't been a lot of romance in this game, I have to say. You know.
I tried.
Oh, I know, Bill. I know you're trying, but
It was weird.
it's okay. I'm gonna end up with Gelidus. It'll be fine.
I think Snake Eyes wants it to be an item.
Bodyguard.
All right. So Gelidus, you and Ezra make your way into the tavern/inn, and it is just as it was before, completely jammed. Even more so than earlier. You do see Zerwin working the door. He seems to be weirdly sober. He hasn't gotten his first drink of the night yet. But he does smell like butter, so you know it's him. Inside, the people are making merry. And it looks like it's gonna be another, busy night. Is there anything special you'd like to do?
Kind of looking around. Are there any? Does anybody look like they're not from the area? I know there's probably quite a bit because of the fact that there's the Harvest Festival.
Why don't you make me just a regular old wisdom roll? See how discerning Gelidus is when scanning a crowd.
1 second.
Hey, Snake Eyes.
19.
19. Yes. Okay, so here are some things that you can sort of pick out. You can't exactly necessarily pick out individuals. There's one individual that stands out, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. What you do notice are sort of groups. There are clearly farmers from upriver, the valleys, that have been here, and also, to the sides, right? So in the bigger valley in general, they look like farmers, right? I mean, they're dressed maybe in their finest right now, but there's the calloused hands, right? There's the work boots, And they're also really happy, and they're throwing around money in ways they probably shouldn't. There's also a lot of like dock hands, right? And boat workers. And you can tell them also because they're only in the bar for a little bit. They've got this much time, however much time it is, to grab a drink before the load is ready and they have to go down. They're here for business, which is to have a few drinks and get the fuck out. The other thing you notice is there's a couple of like what looks like maybe nobility here. They are much more finely dressed. They are, um, they look like maybe they got a little bit of a stick up their butt, not a huge one, just like maybe a little twig that's up there causing a little uncomfort. Um, and Yeah, and then there's one individual that sticks out. He is clearly from the Feywild, and he's a human, but his his cloak, it looks like it's made of living plants, which is either an illusion or some kind of magic. And when his hair is kind of long and pulled back, and it looks like there's like twigs and stuff in his and also in his beard. He looks like a fucking shrub kind of. But amazingly, no one seems to give a shit. Like, maybe people like this show up every once in a while, and everyone here is just like, whatever. He's here for a drink.
All right. I guess we'll go talk to the dock hands. That sounds like probably the best group to talk to first.
Sure.
Can I do a quick? I don't know if it's perception or investigation, but I want to look and see if there's anybody I like. I assume everyone for the most part is drinking. Is there anyone I can see from my perch that's not obviously not drinking or pretending to drink but not drinking? I'm looking for someone who is staying sober and keeping an eye on folks.
There's a couple of young people that aren't drinking. Maybe not, they're not encouraged to drink by their family or friends. And then there's a couple, basically everyone between the ages of like 25 and 55 is drinking. There's some older people who aren't drinking, maybe they just don't drink. And there's some younger people who aren't drinking. Maybe it's culturally frowned upon in this area, you don't know. But no, everyone else looks like they're drinking. And I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. That's a gimme.
Can I look for one more thing that's a little
Yeah.
more specific?
Yep.
Can I look at people's hands? So can I look and see if there are any farmers who don't have calloused hands? They're dressed like farmers but don't have calluses on their hands.
That's real tough roll scanning a room. So why don't you give me a perception check?
14.
Nah, it looks like everyone's appropriately calloused.
Okay.
Sorry, Gelidus, you said you want to talk to the dockhands.
Yes.
Okay.
Approach them.
So as you make your way over so the bar is structured in such a way that there's one corner of the bar that's closest to the door, and all the dockhands have just like beelined it to that corner, and then they're like out when it's time to go. But they've sort of blocked off that corner for fellow dockhands, and when one leaves, the next one takes up the post, so to speak. As you get close to them, someone steps in front of you. He's with his back turned towards you, like he's going to the dockhands, and he got there just before you. There's an older gentleman wearing kind of nicer clothes. And I don't know, do you want to listen to their conversation or go around them, or what would you like to do?
Yeah, listen to the conversation.
Okay, here's what you hear. Fuck do you want? Gentlemen, I'm hoping to hire some experienced hands to help me in my travels downstream. Is that right? Well, we already got jobs, thanks. I'm certain you do. This would be a side job, if you would, and I had promised that I would pay handsomely. To do what? Well, I require a guide and protector as I move some fragile merchandise downstream towards the cities. Fragile what? Fragile. It's something precious and small that I would keep on me at all times. But if the wrong people knew, well, you get what I'm saying. I want to travel quickly, and I want to travel down river, and I want to travel inconspicuously. Do you follow? And so this conversation sort of continues as this guy tries to negotiate stowing away secretly on one of the barges as it travels downstream.
Interesting. All right. I'll just kind of I'll kind of position myself over to the side and kind of watch this guy. See how he ends up.
I need to make a roll for him. It doesn't go well. They don't seem to be buying his whatever it is he's trying to sell them. And after a few minutes, one of the dockhands is like, "Oi, fuck off!" And he, "I'll be back later," he says, and then he turns to leave.
I kind of wave him down.
Ah, yes.
Hey there.
Are you a child?
Would they let a child in here to drink?
I don't know.
I'm a kender.
A who?
A kender.
I am unfamiliar.
That would make sense. I'm not from this world, so I'm the only kender.
Aha! Well, a rare species. Apologies for my rude assumption.
Oh, that's all right. I get it all the time. I heard you talking to the dockhand. Sorry, I was walking up to the dockhands and happened to was going to speak with him and just happened to overhear your conversation. I thought that my friends and I might be able to help you. We're adventurers, you see.
Adventurers, you say? I
Yes.
uh, I don't know that I want adventure.
Well, you needed somebody to help you transport something downstream, right?
Well, yes, but I'd very much like it to be not an adventure.
Fair enough. I can understand that.
I'd like it to be the opposite of an adventure. Oh, I'm feeding back in some ways. It's Jana. I got you. Do you have a boat?
We don't, but we could probably procure one.
Hmm. Very well. Are you here by yourself, or is your group of adventurers nearby?
Oh, they're nearby. They were a couple of them are here in the inn. Um, they were kind of seeing the city a little bit or town. Yeah,
I've
more like a
heard
town.
there's some to-do happening tonight, but I'm unfamiliar.
Oh yes, that's what I've heard as well. It's it's like all the farmers come in and they all get drunk and try to sell all their wares, and apparently a lot of people selling knickknacks and other things.
Hmm. Yes, well, um, perhaps I could find you later. I will be
Sure.
paying. What kind of price range might you charge for seeing me downstream?
Oh, he looks around. He says, "You want to talk to the bouncer over there? See the purple haired dwarf over there?
Yes, he's hard to miss.
Yes. So he'll talk prices with you.
Very
He's
well.
one of my group. Name's Galadis, by the way. I hold my hand out.
Ah, yes, Clyde. A pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Please, may I buy you a drink?
Absolutely.
Thank you. He holds his hand up and points down, and the bartender has to like look at what he's pointing. Oh, and he's okay. Yep. I will go speak to the dwarf.
All right. Well, it was great talking to you, and hopefully we can do business.
Likewise. Good evening.
Evening to you.
He turns and walks towards the door. Owen,
Yes.
in you street now, you notice as the sun sets that since you're on street level, actually Dirk and Jenna, you could obviously see this also. But the entertainment is starting. There is the first thing you see. Actually, the first thing that happens is you hear music, and you're like, "Am I hallucinating, or is there actually music somewhere?" And a short while later, a group of 4 or 5 musicians. There's 5 people. You can't tell if all of them are playing something or not, but they're all like jumping around and like frolic dancing almost, and they're playing actually pretty well. It seems to be some sort of traditional folk music. Just wanted to point that out as it looks like the festival is beginning.
Okay. I'll are they like free roaming, or do they have like, are they busking?
It looks like what they're doing is having started at the north end of town, they're sort of kind of going through the town towards where the actual fairgrounds are proper, which is just to the south. And it
Do they
looks like,
have a man with a hat or any kind of, something to receive coin?
yes, in fact, one of them who is not playing an instrument that is still frolicking is carrying something to receive a coin. It does look like an upside down hat.
Okay. I will give him 10 gold.
He does a mighty flourishing bow, and then he reaches, "May I?" he says as he approaches you. A magic trick.
Sure. I'll take a half step back, but like put my hand on my purse because I was already warned.
Yeah. He doesn't go for your. That's a very good instinct. He doesn't go for your purse. He very slowly says, "I think I see something behind your ear." And then he reaches out and he pulls, like with another flourish, and a little paper mache bird appears. Ah, it was there, he says, and hands it to you.
I give him another 5.
He bows again. "Thank you, sir. And we all thank you." And they sort of proceed. It's going very slowly, right?
What is
They're,
the name of your troop?
oh, well, right now, the name of our troop is the Harvest Players.
What will it be next week, I wonder?
Hmm, excellent question, but you'll have to follow us to find out.
Good luck, sir. Good luck.
And to you. Um,
I count my money afterwards.
you're good. Um, sorry. Okay. Zerwin, an older gentleman wearing kind of nicer clothes, but not one of the. Oh, never mind. You weren't the person who sussed out the crowd. An older gentleman wearing kind of nicer clothes approaches you. Uh, are you Zerwin?
Yes.
Your friend Gelidus? Gelidus is your friend, yes?
Oh yeah.
He sent me over to you to inquire how much it might cost to have your group of adventurers ferry me downstream.
How far are we going?
I must make it to the city. That's a really good question about exactly how far. Let me look at the map. Okay, so if you look at the map, anyway, I could just tell you it's several days downriver.
By boat.
Yeah, probably a day and a half by boat to the first big city. You're not sure which one he's talking about exactly. Could be a day and a half or 3 days, depending on which city he's talking about.
Okay. And then getting back.
No, I won't be coming back.
No, I'm asking out of game. It's 1.5 to 3 days going down. It would be more coming back.
Yes, it'd be roughly 50% more.
Okay. When do you need to leave?
As soon as possible. Tonight, if possible.
We probably cannot leave tonight. And what would we be hauling?
Me.
You.
Yes, and a valuable object I have on my person.
Got it. I assume you don't want to share with us what that is.
It won't make sense to you why it's valuable. It's only valuable to certain people, but to those people, it is very valuable.
Is this item stolen?
Do I look like the kind of person who would steal an item, Zerwin?
I don't like it when people answer my questions with questions, to be honest with you.
Fair enough.
I ask because it's going to cost more if we find out this is stolen.
Not stolen, Zerwin, recovered.
Well,
This is stolen with style.
okay. So it's gonna be expensive if you need to leave tonight, and we're not gonna be able to leave within the hour. We've got to do something else here. I've committed to bouncing here tonight to the innkeeper, so we wouldn't be able to leave until my shift is over at the earliest. But it's going to be expensive if you want us to leave this soon. How far are we going?
Well, it would depend on my. I would need to visit an acquaintance in the first city we come to, and perhaps that would be it, or perhaps I would have to go further to the coast.
Um, so we're talking probably 200 gold to get to the first city if we leave tonight. If we have to go to the next city, it's going to be another 200 gold.
Would you let me consider?
Sure, but like I said, we've got something going on. If you'd like, you can head over to the warehouse. One of my other compatriots is over there. His name is Owen. He's a human paladin. You can swing by him, and you can wait for us in the back of the warehouse. And as soon as we're done, we can come find you.
What's he look like?
He's a dashing human. He's tall. He will likely be wearing full plate, and probably the only one in there wearing full plate.
Conspicuous, then.
Yes. Oh yeah. But effective.
I have disadvantage at stealth rolls.
Very good. Thank you, Zerwin. It was a pleasure.
Welcome.
All right. Dirk and Jenna, from the top, you notice that the group of young people at the far end has gotten slightly smaller. Looks like some of them have gone down to the festival, but there's still maybe like 4 of them up there. Looks like maybe 2 couples are up there. There might be some canoodling happening at some point. Just not for
Do
you,
they
Dirk.
look weird?
Uh,
Or
nope. They look
freaky?
kids. Look like teenagers. All right. Galdus back in the tavern/bar.
All right. Anything happening or?
What would you? I mean, you sort of stopped and let him go, so I'm going back in time to pick up where I left off with you.
So I'm gonna.
Bill, can I do another quick look around? Do I see John anywhere?
No, John is very tall and he would stick out, and you do not see him.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Galadis.
So definitely going to get a drink. So make sure I get that drink from the guy, and then head back over to the dock hands.
Okay. They're all humans. One of them, a redheaded, maybe early 40s, pale-skinned, freckled-faced, man with a short cropped hair. Looks over you. Yep.
Hey there. So before I start, I'm going to cast guidance on myself. It's a cantrip. So do any of you guys have jobs that are taking people upstream or north?
Tell me what guidance is going to do here.
It's just an extra D4 in any ability check I make.
Yeah. Make me a persuasion roll. It looks like
Oh,
how'd you
that
do?
one. That one.
A nat 1. Oh my god. I love gaming with you so much. It's my favorite. Okay. The one next to the one you were just talking to turns and was like, "The fuck you care? Fuck off, you little shit." And then one of the one turns around and like leans over his shoulder and is like, "Yeah, fuck off." The redheaded one is like, "They're gonna kick us out. Sit, have your fucking drink." He turns back to you and says, "Oi, none of your business."
That wasn't very nice. I was just asking a question.
The two that are like to the left look like they want to get back into it with you, and then the redheaded one is like, "Oi," and he turns back to you and is like, "It's been a long day. Can I help you with something?"
What if I get around to drinks? Would it be less of a long day?
Now you're talking. Anything we want.
Anything you want.
All right, anything we want. The other two still don't look like they're real happy to see you, but they kind of grumble and say, "Fine." And they try to order like expensive liquor, but the bar doesn't have any. So instead they order like expensive wine. And then they they like taste it and they're like, "This fucking sucks." They're like pissed off at their choice. But they're gonna drink it because it's expensive wine.
I agree with you. I don't understand the expensive wine.
What's your name then?
Calidus, what's yours?
Grim Willie.
Well met, Grimwilly.
Cheers. And he holds out his drink.
Hold my drink up as well.
To answer your question, we're not fucking captains, right? We don't decide where the boat goes.
But don't you know where the boat goes before you get on it?
Oh, right. No, I'm going downstream.
Do you know anybody that's going upstream? I would think everybody's going downstream right now, right?
There's always one or two going up. Not many now, but sure.
You heard any boats? Anybody going upstream? Or anybody mention they're going upstream?
Not really. Just trying to have a drink. Haven't got much time before it's time to fuck off again.
Yeah. Oh, you don't get to stay for the events.
Locals don't like it when we get too drunk. Yeah, says one of the other ones. Because we'll fuck their daughters.
I have a friend you'd really like.
Yeah, several of them are laughing pretty hard at that comment.
This one time with a minotaur.
Hey, what?
with a minotaur.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Are they
One,
not that common here?
one of the other ones leans around and goes, they make minotaurs and ladies.
They do.
Of course they do. How do you think they just fucking spring out of the ground? And then, like, there's a little fight about, like, how minotaurs make baby minotaurs. Yeah. Then there's, some nasty language about it. And then finally one was like, I gotta meet the minotaur fucker. Where is he?
He's right over there. See the guy with the purple mohawk?
Fat fucking guy fucked a minotaur.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. And he
He
gets up and
rode a dragon too.
now you're just putting us on.
No, I swear. It's on my holy symbol. I hold up my holy symbol.
One of them gets up and, like, starts stumbling over to the door, which is probably for the best anyway, honestly. Sir, when you see Gelidus point at you, and one of the dock workers pretty drunkenly gets up, and he's got this, like, almost fanboy face on right now as he walks over to you. He's holding, like, a glass of wine and, like, a fancy cup. For some reason, you don't know. All right. Okay, Owen. Actually,
Yes.
Dirk and Jenna, you also see there is an older woman in the street, and she is Owen. You see this also. She is now that the crowd has started in earnest. People have all, except for the tavern, the warehouse is basically shutting down, and everyone is in the street. It's starting to get packed. People are mostly going back and forth from the the tents, which are on the north side of town, and the festival, which is on the south side of town, and they're sort of patrolling and drinking and carousing, if you will. But Owen, Dirk, and Jana, I'm not even going to make you roll for this because it's pretty obvious. There is an older woman, and she is, like, kind of grabbing people, being like, "Can you help me?" You can't make out what she's saying because it's very loud, but she's clearly looking for help, and everyone just kind of, like, shaking their head saying no. Um, and sort of, like, she moves on to the next person.
Hold on.
Holding on. I am on holding.
I'll activate Divine Sense. Is she demonic in any way?
She is not. She is normal. Well, her aura or whatever is normal.
Is she more than 30 feet away from me?
She's gonna be within 30 feet any second now. So what would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts. Why not?
Okay. You get surface thoughts, right? And surface emotions?
Yes.
Yeah. She's tired, upset, worried, and she's kind of saying to herself, like, someone here is gonna know. Someone here is gonna know. Just keep going. Someone here is gonna know.
Okay, so I can probe deeper. She's got to do a wisdom save.
She's gonna know.
She's actually very wise. Oh god. Okay. What happens if she makes her save?
The spell ends.
Okay, yeah.
Her head
Oh.
explodes.
Yeah, she needs to make a new character.
Yeah.
Okay. Spell ends.
If there's an old woman who is in trouble, I'll go up and help.
I shouldn't say old. She's like 50.
She's
Just old.
37. She's not old.
I'm not old.
These are just tavern years.
Her name is Dennis.
There's some lovely filth over here. Anyway, okay. Why would you do that to me? All right. Yes, she obviously, you are, like I said, conspicuous. She notices you and her eyes kind of light up a little bit and she heads right for you. Oh, sir, I need help. I've been looking for weeks for my daughter.
What's your daughter's name?
Leanne.
What was
She's
the name of the kid that we had in the?
uh
It's not one of the kids. It was one of the people in the barn, like the
Oh, okay.
other people we saved. He would know that, right? That's not metagaming. He would know that.
ooh, good memory, Zerwin. I was gonna
I
make a
mean,
roll for it, but yeah,
I wasn't at the game, so.
it's true he wasn't here, so let's just give it to him. Yeah, Leanne was the name of one of the people that was holed up in the homestead that you passed through. So she was the one that was hanging out with Iden, Frebbie, and Popo, the four of them.
I mean, we just left them when we got into town.
Yeah, it's true.
I've heard of this individual. I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Okay. Does she have a save against that also?
Charisma 16.
Okay. What happens if she makes it?
Nothing. She can answer truthfully.
Okay.
Where is this person that she's looking for?
She doesn't know.
No,
Oh.
do we know though?
Yeah.
Did they tell us where they were going? I thought they said they were just getting out of town.
Yeah, they just got attacked by those things. You know, you basically stepped in and saved their lives. And they were like, okay, we're going to hit the road. And they didn't tell you where.
Bill, one last question. Is this never mind. That's probably not one of those. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Yes, I've heard of this individual.
You have?
Yes.
Have you seen my Leanne? She's got red hair. She's got quite an attitude. And she's with a young man, a real scoundrel. This young man, a real rapscallion. And there might have been an older man with them as well.
I don't recall exactly the company that she kept. So.
But you saw her. Is she well? Is she okay?
Out of game, is she fine?
Yeah, she actually was.
I think she's fine, milady.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Where did you see her? This is my daughter. I must go find her. It has been weeks. A month and a half.
I'm not sure where she currently is, but I think she's okay. She's in health. So I wouldn't worry too much.
No. I need to bring her home. She needs to come home now. It's been way too long. She needs to come home.
What do you mean way too long?
It's been almost 2 months since she's been gone. I haven't heard
Well,
anything.
There was a kerfuffle.
What do you mean there was a kerfuffle?
Up in that entire region, there was a bit of a kerfuffle. So she's probably here just seeking safety. I would trust in that she is
No, she's not from here. I'm not from here.
Neither am I, and yet here I stand.
What? You last saw her upstream? You saw her upstream somewhere?
You know, I don't recall exactly where I saw her, but I did run into her. We've done a lot of stuff, me and my party. And maybe she's fine, I think. What's your name, madam?
Paisley.
Paisley. Well, my name is Sir Owen. And can I do a medicine check on her?
Sure.
See if she has any signs of plaguey blight. Has there been any overt symbol like signifiers of these people before?
All of them will trigger your, like, if you cast your divine sense, they will come across as demonic. That's how you found the first one, remember?
Oh, okay. So I did that, and she was fine.
Well, she's not one of them, right? She's not a demon or a fairy or anything like that.
But she could be something else.
I mean, she could just be an asshole, right? You don't really know what their relationship was.
Right.
But she's a human.
I got a 9 on my medicine check, so She's an old person. I tell you what, why don't you hang out at that tavern over there for a while? I have some things to attend to, and then if the night fares well, perhaps I'll be able to help you find your friend.
Was my daughter, was she with
Sure.
this man? And she describes Iden.
Um, yeah, I think so.
Because he is the reason. He is the fucking reason. And you can see now that where, Leanne got her, like, because the first thing that happened when you met Leanne was she was like, fuck you, I'm going to shoot you. You see now where she's getting it from, because this woman is working herself up in the description of Leanne's boyfriend, who they ran away with together. He is
So
the
this
fucking reason that she fucking left that little shitbag, and when I catch him, I'm gonna castrate him. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut his fucking balls off.
Do you have a weapon to do so, ma'am?
Oh, I have weapons. I have a knife. I have a knife.
Do you think that this man has small, weak balls in order to your knife will be sufficient?
I will fucking tear those fucking things off if I have to. I'm gonna. He is a corruptive force. He is a corruptive. My beautiful daughter had a life, okay? She had a good life. And this fucking asshole, this fucking corruptive piece of shit. Where is she? Have you seen her? She like looks around like you're hiding her somewhere in a barrel.
Out of game. Where is she right now?
You don't know.
You
They
don't know.
left the farm.
All I can tell you is they left the farm.
You don't know which way they went?
Do I know which way they went?
You don't.
I haven't a clue, but if I run across this Iden, perhaps I will ascertain whether or not he is the giant piece of shit that you claim that he is.
God damn it, she says.
I'm very sorry, ma'am. I as fantastic as my night would be if I could watch you cut a young man's balls off. Um, I'm a paladin, and
All right, very good. Okay, Zerwin, a very, very drunk dockhand, spilling expensive wine over himself, approaches you. I, I, I heard from that short dude over there that you fucked a Minotaur. Did you? Did
Yes.
Yeah! You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch!
Yeah.
Was it good? Hey, Foxy.
It was something.
What? You gotta tell me. I gotta know.
Oh, no, 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 no.
What,
I don't kiss and tell.
what do you? But what am I even gonna see a Minotaur? Much less have a chance to put the moves on one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think you want to do that.
I just say, doing that was worth it just for the look on Jana's face when I did when I did that.
Yeah, you do not want to try to romance a Minotaur.
What do you mean? I got the fucking moves. I am. What is kind of wine is this?
I don't know. Let me see it. I take it from him. And I
Yeah.
drink off the cup.
Oh, it's highly potent wine.
Okay. I give it back to him. I was like, go sit down.
I can't. I gotta go. I gotta find my boat. It's time for me to go.
Which way's your boat going?
Uh, to the cities. Isn't that where all of them go?
Yeah, I say. Do me a favor.
Mm,
Stop by my. Are you going? You're going to go through the warehouse. Stop by and find the guy with all the metal all over him. Big, tall, good-looking human
mm-hmm.
wearing lots of metal. Talk to him. Tell him you're going on a boat towards the cities.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Sure. And he walks out. Hey, Foxy. Okay. and Gelidus. What next?
More drinks.
More drinks. Do you want me to remind you who else the other groups you saw? You saw the farmers, you saw the nobles, and you saw the one dude that stood out. And then you've talked to Grim Willie already.
Also, what's Ezra doing? Is he just drinking?
Yeah,
He's
Ezra's
not
just
here.
hanging out with Gelidus.
I'm, when I'm not in play here, I'm keeping an eye on him just to make sure, that nothing silly happens with him.
Oh, something silly's gonna happen.
Yeah.
What was the guy that stood out again?
The guy
It
from
was
Wilds.
yeah, the guy looked like a shrub.
Yeah, that's Dirk's thing. I go and talk to the farmers.
Okay. Sure. I mean, it's mostly farmers. Farmers make up like 50% of the bar.
Dear God. I go talk to the nobles then. They're easier to find.
Okay. The nobles, there's only one table of nobles, and there is, it looks like 2 security guards standing near their table, and as you approach, one of them holds out their hand. Can I help you?
Yes, I was hoping to purvey my wares with your entourage here.
Nope, move on.
Are they in a game or are they?
The sir and madam do not want to be disturbed tonight.
Oh, interesting that they picked a tavern to partake and not be disturbed.
You will know another space around here that's more equipped for privacy, because this town is fucked.
You're telling me there's not much here.
Yeah,
Are they from the city?
yeah, the capital actually.
Oh, they know who I am. I saved the city
Sorry?
from the nightmares.
The capital? Sorry, what city are you talking about?
What city am I talking about?
You're talking
Drunel
about
Hall.
Drunel Hall.
Drunel Hall.
Drunel, that little tiny bumfuck place up by the mountains? No, I'm talking about the actual capital of the
Oh,
empire.
oh.
Yeah,
So I'm not from this world.
yeah. It's all right. Listen, they are sort of noble family representatives for the merchants as they're here, and then they're gonna leave as quickly as possible. It's an appearance thing. Something about the noble families and how they fuck with each other. I don't know. I don't get it.
Uh, okay. Well, I understand. I'll leave them be then.
Cheers.
Hey, if you hear about anybody going upriver, can you let me know?
Upriver.
Yeah.
I mean, there's bound to be one or two, but mostly it'll be returning farmers, right?
Well, see, we found something upriver, and we think that they're going to be kidnapping people tonight.
Okay, well, that doesn't sound great.
Jesus, Gelidus. Loose lips sink ships.
You
He's
sent
trustworthy.
the Kender. Kenders talk to anyone, anytime, anywhere to get drunk, and a bar full of fucking people with a secret plan. That's why this is so amazing. It's amazing. Everything about this is amazing. Okay. And nobody batted an eye. Everyone was like, yep, no, that's good. That's definitely what we should do. Send those guys in. It's fucking perfect. All right.
I was already on the roof.
That's true. That's true.
I could see Ezra like sipping his wine, gnashing his teeth behind me right now.
No, yeah, he is. He is absolutely. Somewhere out there, Ezra is grinding. Yeah. Okay. Dirk and Jenna, make me perception checks, please.
Mm-hmm. 17.
25.
Dirk, you do not see, but Jenna, you do see. Do you remember Popo?
Yeah.
Popo is being carried by Frebby. and you see Frebby carrying Popo coming in from the north end of town. So Popo was the old man, Frebby was the giant.
Dirk, you see them?
You do
It's
now.
Popo. It's Popo and Frebby. Do
The
you want
old
to?
man and the giant.
Yeah. Does Popo look okay?
Do they look? Is this like an inebriated Carrie, or is
No,
this a?
Popo was badly hurt last time you saw him.
We just
Eh,
saved his life. Like,
Yeah,
barely kept him alive.
and Owen stabilized him, but he also, you didn't know how many fights were going to get in. You still had half a day in front of you. He had to heal a little girl. So, yeah, you stabilized him, but he wasn't doing well. Leanne seemed to think that he would recover, and she did know some medicine, but it looks like mechanic-wise she failed her medicine check.
Are they within eyesight of Owen? Like, could Owen see them if we told him?
Maybe if you pointed them out right now, yeah. Because,
But we'd have to get Owen's attention. He's not looking at us.
yeah,
No, I would just speak into his mind with my mind.
Oh my god.
Frebby is very tall and he's carrying someone, so I mean, yeah, in theory, yes.
Yeah, so I just hop on as
Does
hey
Owen
Owen.
does Owen get a save for this or no?
No, it's not detect thoughts. I'm just speaking.
Okay. How does it work? What are the mechanics?
Intercom thoughts.
It's just a thing that I do. I'm just a telepath.
Why don't you
Anyways,
down and go over to them and I can keep watching on the door?
because then I'd have to climb down the rope, and this doesn't cost me anything. I just go. Owen.
All right.
At first it doesn't work, and then you see me like look down at my hand, and I like touch some spot on my finger that looks like there's nothing on it, and then you're able to get in.
Owen, this is God. You've been
God,
you've been really good. You've been
I
so
have.
good.
Well,
You know, admittedly we're grading on a curve,
yes.
but you
Obviously,
all,
I'm a
all
paladin.
told, all told, yeah. I wanted to let you know that you're doing really good. And according to my notes, you're not a paladin. Don't worry about it. You can still do
I'm
these.
not worried at all.
Yeah, but you're not. And there's that guy over there. You should look at that and go heal that guy.
Which guy? What do you
You
what are you referring
know,
to?
Frackle Frost and Pooper Duper. They're over there.
I look in that direction.
What the actual fuck? Did you say Frackle Frost and Pooper Duper?
I look. Those are their god names.
Yeah. They're good Christian names.
Exactly. You don't know their true given names, what they were baptized as, and that's how I refer to them. Anyways, I point them out to Owen.
I'm gonna look. What do I see?
You see Frebby and Popo.
Are they hurt?
Frebby is.
Oh, we'll head over there.
Frebby and Popo, companions to Aiden and Leanne, whose mother you just saw.
Preppy, Popo, are you all right?
Frebby's unconscious. Popo looks at you. Oh. And he pulls Frebby off and he lays him gently on the ground.
You're not talking, Bill.
Oh, sorry. He looks at you and makes. I didn't want to talk because he doesn't speak, but
Okay.
he takes Frebby off his. I did want to say this part. He takes Frebby off his shoulder and lays him gently on the ground in front of you. Ooh.
Heal him 10 hit points.
Okay. Frebby coughs. This is good. I actually have the cough tonight. It actually works in character. I feel like I'm gonna die.
What happened?
You were there for what happened.
I was there. I know.
He was attacked by the demon zombie things.
You were attacked by the demon zombie things. I activate divine sense. Has it? Are they demon zombies now?
Hey, 0 Graham. Nice. Well done. Well said.
You're not talking, Bill.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking to chat. No, they are not. They are them. They are themselves.
All right.
Frebby is like, he like stumbles to his feet and he's like, what about Leanne and Aiden? Are they alive?
Yes, I just ran into the mother. Well, Leanne's mother.
He turns around.
She
Paisley's
threatened
here?
to- She's around. She threatened to cut off Aiden's balls.
Fuck me, she'll do it too. That woman is crazy.
Hmm.
I need a drink, he says.
Right over there.
Popo, go back and tell. God damn it! All right, let me get a drink, then we'll go back and warn Leanne and Aiden. And
Where are they right now?
north of town, on the edge of the tents.
Okay. Good luck.
Come on, Popo, one drink, just one, then we gotta warn them. And they, Frebby kind of staggers a little bit, but rights himself against Popo's enormous side, and they make it to the pub/tavern. Okay, Zerwin, you see Frebby and Popo making their way to the door that you are watching as a bouncer.
Hey, good to see you up on your feet.
Ah, oh, yeah, I remember you. Need a drink. Gotta have a fucking drink.
Do I still have that half glass of wine that guy left sitting right next to me?
No, you drank that.
I drank half a glass of wine. I thought I left some in the cup.
Oh, I thought you said you drank it all down.
No, I drank half.
In that
That's
case,
okay.
yes, you have it.
All right, I say here, have some of this.
Oh God. He first he like looks like he's gonna chug it, but then when he gets here, he smells it and he stops. This is excellent. Where did you get this? This is a and he names like a obscure winery like somewhere in the empire and a year that it's famous for making wine.
Yep, I ordered it.
You have excellent tastes, Zerwin.
I've been
surprised.
told that before.
You shouldn't drink too much of it though. It's very potent. He has a sip. Oh, that is good. That is very good.
Feeling better?
A little, yes.
Good.
Can
I know
sit
how that
here?
goes.
Can I just and he finds like a stoop or something, and he just like slouches down and puts his head back against the wall and like sniffs it, and he's like, what a way to come back to life. Popo, you gotta try this. Popo shakes his head.
He doesn't talk at all.
You've never heard him talk.
How you doing, Popo? You want to sit down?
He looks a little like he keeps looking north of town and then looking at Frebby.
Yeah, I was gonna ask him where were you guys headed?
I don't know. I wasn't awake until a couple seconds ago when the good-looking guy woke me up.
Popo, where were you guys going?
Hold on. I like that Dirk looked up when he said, "What do you mean the good-looking guy woke him up? I didn't do that." Ah, that was so good. Oh, sorry. What'd you say?
I
I
wasn't there.
I direct my question to Popo. Where are you heading? You don't know, or you don't want to tell me?
He points at Frebby. Yeah, I should probably go back. Listen, just I will drink this and then we'll go, okay? I promise. I'll drink this and maybe one more, and then we'll go. 100%. I know the
Are
kids.
you guys are heading back north?
I seriously doubt that, but the kids are going to want to get on the road before sunrise. They don't like being around big towns. Freaks them out.
Where, like, are you gonna go to the city?
God, no. They hate cities. That's where they came from. They really want to get out in the country, but the last place we tried obviously wasn't safe. So, I don't know. I he leans over to you and like he's gonna say something conspiratorial to you, Zerwin, and says, I heard there's a town in the mountains where they have access to both the wild and the Fey kingdoms. It's a place called Drunel Hall. Thought maybe I'd try that out. You ever heard of it?
Yeah, we're being the spicy oranges, or the I forget what we're called. What our title is there, but I tell that to him. It's our town, essentially. You're welcome.
He looks super confused. I need another drink, he says, and he walks into the bar.
Sure you do. So I tell him to, or I tell him and Popo to talk to Sapi when they get there. Tell Sapi we sent you.
Okay, yeah. He looks like he absolutely does not believe you. All right. Let's see.
I wanted to get them to take the guy down south, but they don't want to go to the city.
Okay. Gelidus, you are getting pretty drunk.
That tracks.
Would you like to go talk to some farmers now, or anything else you want to do while you're in here?
Yeah, let's go talk to the farmers.
Okay. Let's roll a die. Oh boy. Okay, who's that? Okay. Sorry, forgot to mute for that cough. All right. A small table has 4 like 25 to 45-year-old farmers sitting around it. They
Okay.
are they're sort of jollily drinking together. They're definitely carousing, having a few, knocking them back. They see you come and say, sit down, sit down. What's your name,
Thanks.
friend?
Gelidus. Next round's on me, by the way.
Ha ha! See? Listen, if you're nice to people, oh, shut the fuck up. And they kind of laugh and slap each other's backs. They get a drink of they order a round of beers, and one's brought over just simple, ales. So, what brings you around these parts? Because you're obviously not from here.
How could you tell?
Yeah.
Well, I'm an adventurer. I'm actually from a different world.
An adventurer.
Yeah.
Hey, Pittman. This guy's an adventurer. Maybe he'll take you up on your offer. The one who dressed himself as Sydney. Sorry for them. I am looking to hire a couple hands to help me retrieve some livestock from upstream. I got almost everything down on the barge, but I need to sell off some cows. So, and I need a hand to do that. especially because 2 of them are bulls.
I can help you. I
Yeah,
have a spell that allows me to talk to animals.
you do.
I do.
That could be really useful, actually. I can't pay much more than the going rate. But
Take it?
you will.
Yeah, I got nothing else to do. Might as well
Oh,
help.
that's
I'll pay it forward,
fantastic.
right?
Hey, and they all sort of like, you know, cheers. They all, and they smash their mugs off of one another, spilling a little bit of ale. But to Galidus, they say. All right. Sydney says, all right, listen, let's have a couple more drinks, and then my barge is outside. We can take off whenever you want.
Well, when do you need to take off?
I mean, I should probably be home, you know, tomorrow sometime, or the wife's gonna, think I'm dead or something.
Yeah, I
So,
gotta be careful of that.
yeah, I don't know. Anytime before midnight should get us a good start tonight. Camp out on the river and then wake up in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down for that. Get a few more drinks in.
You are a lifesaver, Gelidus.
That's what they call me. Geldus, the lifesaver.
Well, cheers to you. All right. Very good. Geldus has made some new friends. Excellent. Jana and Dirk. There is some definite canoodling happening down at the end of the warehouse with the young people. Only now 2 more of them get up, so it's just 2. There's just 2 of them left.
Jana,
Um,
Jana,
Yes, Dirk.
check it out.
Oh my god.
Do you think they even know we're here? I bet they
Maybe.
don't even know we're here. I bet they forgot that we were here. God.
Possible. I'm
Jana,
gonna
do you remember what it was like to be young?
no. No.
No?
No, it was bad.
Don't wait. So you do remember.
Can I scan the crowd to see like who's down there, what's groups of people, what's happening, see if there's anyone who doesn't really fit?
I mean, there's hundreds of people, many of whom are in various states of inebriation. You're not sure what, and also various states of costume, and you know, carrying things and being. You're not sure what wouldn't fit in right now, is what I'm saying.
We've been watching we've been watching all evening. So like we are seeing, I assume we're seeing farmers, we're seeing dock workers, we're seeing the same sorts of people, right? And then also performers. Okay. So you're saying I don't see anyone unusual. Weird.
Not really, no.
That's kind of weird though. Jana. I mean, it's not super weird, Like they're growing, they're exploring, but it's kind of weird.
Is that better, Snake Eyes, that I turned them up?
I just want to put this out here. I love that makes everybody uncomfortable, and we're like, by the way, this zombie just chopped somebody's liver out and ate it in front of a small child. We're like, oh, cool.
Or like, yeah,
I saw that at a Costco last week. That's totally
Yeah,
normal.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the teenagers might be getting horny. Is like, can we move on?
Yeah. Agreed.
Um,
So go ahead.
what's Ezra doing?
Ezra is looking miserable and sitting at a table and poutily drinking a mid-priced red wine.
So nothing out of the ordinary.
Exactly. being Ezra, yes. Ezra turns to you, Galdus, and says, It's really loud at this table. Did you volunteer me to go with you, or are you going to go by yourself, or?
What do you want to do, Ezra? I mean, if you want to go and talk to those nobles, but they already shot me down.
No, we should go talk to that guy. He points to the guy who looks kind of like a shrub.
Why? He looks like he's rooted to the place.
Because he's a druid. Because he's a druid, obviously. What's he doing here?
Yeah, but why would he kidnap people?
He probably wouldn't.
I mean, we can talk to him. I don't care. What do you think he drinks?
Oh. Oh,
Do you think he poured at his feet?
he's not actually a tree. All right, I'm doing too much dialogue for a character who's not here. I need to stop. I need to stop pretending to be Ezra.
I'll go talk to the shrub. Why not?
You do want to go talk to the shrub guy?
Yeah, we can talk to the shrub guy. If Ezra wants to talk to the shrub guy.
Okay. He looks up upon your approach. His demeanor does not change. He is drinking mead. Can I help you?
Yeah, is that meat local?
I'm not sure.
Did you bring it with you or did you buy it here?
Oh, I bought it here.
Oh, I'll have to talk to the bartender. I didn't know they had meat.
They do have honey here, so most places that have honey have mead.
Makes sense. Are you from here?
I am not. I am from the Feywild.
Oh.
What is your name, sir?
Gelidus.
Geldis.
Gelidus the Necessary.
It's nice to meet you, Geldis.
That whole title was unnecessary.
No, it wasn't. It was completely necessary. My name is Gwynek.
He's Welsh. Take him out.
You're right. That was a terrible
You
pun,
said
Snake Eyes. Terrible.
A Gwynek?
Gwynek, yes.
Man, I can't believe I got that. So what are you doing down here? Or maybe not down here. Where are you from?
The Feywild. And I'm here drowning my sorrows and bad luck.
You mentioned that. I'm sorry.
What's
Why are you
going on?
drowning yourself in bad luck?
Because I've spent the past 3 months searching for a friend, and I fear he's dead.
Who's your friend?
He's someone from the Feywild who has been lost in the mountains.
The mountains up north?
Yes.
Have you looked up north?
I did. I've done a large circuit. The last time I was here was more than a month ago now. But, yeah. Also, there's been some crazy things happening over by Juno Hall. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but it didn't
I
seem
am.
safe. It didn't seem safe when I was there, so for whatever it's worth, I would avoid it if I were you.
Oh, my friends and I actually took care of what was at Juno Hall.
Sorry?
Well, there was this whole nightmare thing, and it caused these like giant worms to show up, and we fought the giant worms off, and then we had to deal with the nightmare, and we rescued all these people out of this like caves area, and then we got yelled at by the people trying to run the castle, saying that we had to figure out how to run the castle, but none of us know how to actually run a castle, so we had to figure that out.
Well, by any chance, have you met someone named Weiss Duru?
Can I make a check?
Quite large. Yeah, go ahead.
What kind of check?
Generally, just like a raw intelligence or raw wisdom roll.
Do wisdom instead. 14.
Name does ring a bell. Yeah, you're pretty sure you have.
I think I have.
He
I've heard
looks
that
up.
name before.
You have. Okay, he's well, he's quite large. He's very hard to miss, especially because he's a werebear.
Werebear.
Now it clicks. Weiss Duru was one of the guys that you saw way back at that battle at the inn. He was there.
Do I know what happened to him? Other than he was just at the battle?
He was unharmed. He took off with not Skip, but the werewolf. Oh my god, I forgot the name of the werewolf.
You know, I do remember that name. They were at there was a battle near Drunel Hall at an inn, and they were there.
Oh, it's gonna
I
drive me
do.
crazy.
They were dating a werewolf, I think.
What? No, sorry.
Oh, maybe just hanging out with a werewolf. You know who to remember this perfectly? See that purple-haired dwarf over there?
We never ran into him again, right? After we defeated Juno Hall.
You did not. No, you haven't seen him since. You don't. You didn't know where he is. My God, Kiernan of Hollowfang. That was really bothering me because Kiernan's. Anyway. Oh, you think I should talk to the dwarf?
Yeah, see that purple-haired dwarf over there? That's a hero of Drunel Hall.
A hero of Trunel. Yes, I see. He stands up. Thank you.
Of
He
course.
tosses a couple of coppers on the table as a tip for the service lady, maybe, and he starts walking towards the door.
I will let him. I'll continue drinking.
Okay. Dirk, make me a perception check.
$17.
Jana is very specifically not looking this direction because of your previous conversation. But the two kids who are canoodling, something's not going well down there, and you can't tell what it is from where you are. But you're pretty sure by the body language that it's not canoodling anymore. It looks like maybe some sort of struggle is happening.
Is this like Shaun of the Dead when they walk past the couple, and then they come back and the guy's head falls off?
I forgot
I don't
about
know what
that.
that is, and I can't hear you. I get up. I start going, Jana. I say, Jana, and then I just stand up and I start walking in a very stealthily rangery way in that direction and looking with ranger eyeballs.
I loved everything about that sentence. Make me a stealth check, please.
Roll to Ranger.
I always like to
19.
19. Okay, very good. Yeah, no. There's definitely some sort of like struggle that's being like maintained that's happening. One of the two is like holding the other one, and they're like have shoved something in their mouth, like a rag or something. But again, they're 150 feet down the end of this thing. They haven't noticed you because you made your stealth roll.
How long does it take me to cover 150 feet?
Not long if you want to keep. You didn't say you wanted to run down there. Like you said, you wanted to stealthy, like just look. So right now you're stealthily looking for a better view, and that's what you see. I mean, you can
Okay.
start running.
What's your movement?
I start running. I pull out my bow.
Okay.
And I say, hey, the fuck.
Hey, the fuck. Okay. When you yell, you see that the young woman
Uh-huh.
who was on top of the young man, and now the young
Uh-huh.
man is unconscious.
Uh-huh.
She looks up at you, and she puts her hands on this young man's shoulder, and they roll off the edge and disappear over the side. Owen, you also hear Dirk yell, "Hey, what the fuck?" Because they're directly above you. And Jenna,
I
you
look
also
up.
hear that. You don't see anything though, because there's the roof between the two of you. But you probably tell you what, you can make a perception check to see if you hear Dirk's feet pounding as he runs towards them.
13.
You just heard him yell, "Hey, what the fuck?" Jenna?
When Dirk gets up and starts moving, I'm gonna look and I'm gonna move close to the edge, but make sure that I can still keep an eye on the door of the tavern. And see if I can see what and just watch what's happening.
Okay. All right. Dirk, they've rolled off the edge. When you get there, I mean, did you want to keep going towards where they were?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, when you get there, if you look over the edge, you don't see anything. You just like so the that edge is closest to the festival, so you just see like people. Oh, you probably might have heard something as they rolled off the edge, like "Hey," and that's about it.
I get to the edge and go, hey, what the fuck?
You don't see them.
Keep looking.
Okay. You don't see them. You can't see them right now.
Yeah.
But gotcha. All right. Uh, back in the bar, Gelidus. Sidney Pittman says, "I should probably leave before I have any more drinks, because it's getting to that point. Gelidus, is your buddy come with? I can only afford to pay one of you."
Are you turning to Azra? You come with me, or you gonna stay here?
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming with you, obviously.
Oh, okay. That's good. Both of us will go. That's fine. You can just pay me.
Excellent. Let's fucking skedaddle. He burps and stands up, and the three of you, walk out the front door. Zerwin, you see Gelidus and Ezra approaching with some farmer dude, and the three of them look like they're headed out.
Okay. Is there anybody acting up?
No, not currently.
All right.
Okay, Gelidus, Owen, and Jana, you see that Gelidus and Ezra exit the front door with a third-party person who you've never seen before.
I follow at a discreet distance.
I love that. Jana?
I will follow at a more discreet. I will follow more discreetly and more closely.
Okay.
I run up to the innkeeper. I'm like, hey, those two guys just left and didn't pay their tab. You want me to go get them?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Barney, take the door.
Okay.
A giant purple dinosaur.
I jog
opens the
out,
door.
and as soon as I get outside and sort of turn the corner, I slow down and don't try not to
You
attract their
see,
attention.
you see Owen in front of you, is following them.
Okay.
Also. All right. Dirk. When you turn around to check on Jana, she's going the opposite direction, north, on top of the roof.
Hey, what the fuck? I double take and then I go that direction. I'm like, Jenna, did you see the Jenna?
Yes, yelling, that probably gets her attention. Yeah, you hear Dirk yell at you. He yells your name across the top of the metal roof.
Calidus, we gotta go.
I'm Dirk.
Can I hear them from where I am?
Hey,
Dirk, what are you trying to do? What do you want?
she was putting some in his mouth and then they disappeared. What are you doing?
I'm following Calidus, the friend that we are backup for.
Oh, well, why did you should have led with that? Oh, you did lead with that, didn't you?
So I'm going.
Okay.
Okay. Galladus. Pittman leads you through the crowd, and it thins out the further north you get, and then at the edge of the warehouse, he takes a right. Okay, so have you ever been in a barge before?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. So it's not that bad. We're gonna use, for now, we're gonna use the poles. And we'll get a tow from the ox, and they'll pull us a little ways up. And then when it gets a little shallower, we'll use the poles only ourselves. So once it gets up a little further, you gotta use some arm strength. But with 3 of us, it should be no problem.
Yeah, that's why I brought Ezra.
He looks at Ezra kind of squinty and says, he doesn't look very strong.
He has a spell that makes him giant.
Oh, spells. That's great. Owen and Jana and Dirk and Zerwin, everyone else, you see them turn the corner and go past the end of the warehouse. You're heading towards the north docks.
Yep.
And there is in fact a barge there, and they are getting on it.
I was just gonna follow on shore, you guys. I don't think we really articulated this part of the plan.
What?
Hey, who articulates plans?
Would they
Well,
would they
Ezra,
actually be moving
Ezra-
faster upstream than we could on the side
That seems
if they have
doubtful.
to pull their way up?
No, I mean they'll be moving at the walking speed of a team of oxen at first.
All right.
A horse-drawn zeppelin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like we can keep up.
Yeah, we just
Especially if Jenna like offs one of the oxen.
probably try to stay a little inconspicuous. But
All right. So do you
Yeah.
all want to catch up with each other?
yeah,
Well, like casual conversation, chat like that, you know.
How you been?
Been
What's
tonight.
been going on?
You stop some teens from making out and starting a zombie apocalypse. I talked to an old woman with a very intense fascination with another man's balls.
was she single?
No, she was going to do violence against the. Wait, I'm talking to the wrong person. That's not a deterrent for you.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yes. What's the plan, everyone? Are we boarding the barge? Are we just following close? I realized we didn't really talk about this part.
I should get on it.
I agree. Go.
Get on the what?
The barge.
Barge?
Oh my god. Okay.
You can walk along the rope,
I can walk along the rope.
No.
right?
You can definitely not walk along the rope.
It's being
What are you
dragged by
talking
oxen.
about?
It's being dragged by oxen. There's a taut rope. He could do some kind of crazy ranger acrobatics.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to see that.
I mean, I want to see
Absolutely.
that too.
Yeah. Yep.
Look what he's doing. Look at him. This is exactly why we hired him.
I'm almost there.
Okay, do you actually want to do that?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. Owen has only good ideas.
All right. Well, I need to
I'm a
see.
paladin.
Okay. I need you to make a stealth roll.
Done. It's a 7.
Nice. Geldis, you see Dirk running along the shore as he's trying to catch the oxen team in front of you. Um, yeah. The farmer guy, amazingly, the farmer guy does not notice because he rolled a 6. So, hooray for that.
It's fucking Chris Farley and White Ninja.
I'm really good.
Geldis goes to point out Dirk, and then Ezra kicks him.
And then, Dirk, when you get to the oxen, I need you to make me an athletics check.
Oh, you mean these athletics? 13.
Yeah, that's okay.
Good enough.
No. It is absolutely good enough for you to get up on the rope and start climbing out, but it is absolutely not good enough once you get on the rope, which then is doing a lot of this and a lot of this and a lot of this as it's being, pulled by the oxen on the other side of the rope. So you slip. Just make me a pure dexterity roll.
14.
Okay. Yeah, your feet splash into the water. But you do manage to hold on with your hands, and then yeah, yeah. Skeldis, you're the only one who notices what's happening right now. Dirk, are you still gonna try to make your way towards the raft?
I'm already making my way. You're wasting time.
Okay.
Yeah, Bill, stop narrating and just let him do it.
Okay. You make it. You make it to the edge of the raft. Um, your lower extremity is pretty wet, but your upper half is dry.
That is literally just the norm.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Wow. I'm not gonna touch that one. All right. So the raft isn't that big. Um, were you going to stay in the water, or were you just going to climb right up on there?
No, I'm gonna climb up and then I'm gonna use nature's veil and I'm gonna go invisible.
Okay. Don't you have to be in nature to do that?
I can draw on the powers of nature, but it doesn't say anything about I need to be in nature.
Okay. I did not know. I thought you had to be outside in the nature area for that.
First off, I'm outside.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Uh, so you're just gonna hang out at the front of the.
I'm gonna observe the situation while invisible.
God, this guy rolls like a schmo. All right. He doesn't notice. Um, yeah, it's gonna take a while. After about 2 hours, you're far enough out of town that it's very, very dark. Everyone, is there any change to your statuses relative to what's happening, or you're all good?
I mean, does this farmer have a lantern? Like, cows aren't super nocturnal.
No,
Like,
the pole team is lit. Like
okay.
the pole team is lit, but the barge itself, actually, Sydney has dozed off, leaning against the pole, one of the poles.
Are we like far enough out of town where, like, if there was an event, it would not be noticed?
Probably.
Jana, sneak up by that farmer and see if your necklace is glowing.
Okay.
The farmers. What are you gonna do? The same thing that Dirk just did?
Isn't there
No.
someone driving the ox, or are they doing it from the boat?
Oh no, no, yeah. There's. You mean sneak up to the oxen to see?
Yeah, and see if the guy driving the oxen is.
Okay. Gianna, make me a stealth roll.
Sorry, we got
It's all good.
We should have given Dirk the necklace before we had him.
22.
Barnum and Bailey's over there.
Yeah, no, the guy who's driving this oxen team is absolutely some sort of infernal creature.
Really?
Really.
Okay. All right, so this guy's driving the ox, but the barge is still attached.
Yes.
Hmm.
Are you letting us know?
Not yet, she
Yeah.
has. You're going to go back to the group?
I'm gonna, yeah.
Do it.
Should we kill him now? Or should we wait and see if there's more of the creatures up there? We should probably wait, right?
I'm not sure. I mean, maybe we could dispatch this guy quickly and take over the oxen team.
Is the farmer evil, Owen? You can tell from here, right?
Sure. I'll use another
Isn't the radius on that 30 feet?
60 feet.
Oh. Hmm.
Is the
Yeah.
farmer a demon?
Sidney Pittman? Sidney Pittman is absolutely a demon.
Are they all?
Dirk?
So, how many people are on the barge right now?
4. 1 Dirk, 1 Geldis, 1 Ezra,
And then-
and 1 Sidney.
Okay.
Should we follow them up till we get to where they're going?
You know where they're going.
No, that's true.
I'm just gonna kill Sidney Pittman.
Well, you didn't hear this yet, though. You don't know. Look at him.
Does he seem like someone I want to kill?
Not
I
really.
mean, is the question, do we think they're going to rendezvous with a whole bunch more of them to bring through more people? Or do we think it's just going to be these two to try to sacrifice and bring through some more?
I don't know how we could possibly know that. The fact that we found one, like
Two.
no, I'm saying the fact that we found one with a group heading to Drunel Hall means
Mm.
that they could be fucking anywhere at this point.
What do you think? Should we just kill these guys and go back?
I mean, what if they're good demons?
He's a paladin, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm a paladin.
Why don't you go ask them then?
Okay. I'm gonna run ahead to this guy leading the oxen.
Okay. You are not stealthy, so he stops
Yeah.
and turns. Hey, who goes there?
One of the local guard.
The what?
I'm here to see your permit.
My permit?
Yes, your permit for the oxen.
They don't have a permit. I've owned these oxen my whole life.
What are their names?
Bella?
It's just Bella. You only have the one oxen.
I haven't
Or the
named.
name?
I haven't
They're
named
both-
the other one.
Why not?
She's-
Have you've registered these oxen with the local?
Oxfam.
Yeah, Oxfam.
Oh, Jesus. No, I'm not. I'm not
Listen. I've had reports of extraneous levels of bullshit coming from your team.
What?
Extraneous levels of bullshit. I have to examine them.
Okay.
It's called an
I'm also a vet.
Okay. Sidney.
All right.
Deception.
Sidney Pittman wakes up. Ah, what's going on? Geldis, what's going on? You here?
I don't know. Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know. What's that sound? What's the yelling from shore? Why is there yelling over there?
I don't know. Should we go over and find out? Maybe some ruffians are attacking the oxens.
Gods, do you think so? Well, can you get
I don't
closer and look off the edge?
Yeah. Hold on. I go over to the edge. I look.
Okay. He is going to attack Ezra.
I knew that was going to happen.
Should we all roll initiative?
Gelidus and Dirk can roll initiative. You can
I
roll
mean,
initiative.
I got a 15 to lie to this guy.
Yeah, he can believe you. You've already kind of got him flustered.
What's? Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
I'm gonna level with you. We had word that a gelatinous cube was masquerading as an ox.
That sounds awful.
I need to draw my sword and test.
What? No, you can't stab my oxen.
I'm not. It's just gonna be a little nick, okay?
No,
just a
don't,
tiny little
don't.
nick.
No, he stands in front of the oxen. Don't hurt my babies, sir.
I'm not gonna hurt them. It's just gonna be a tiny little nick. I promise.
Why would you stab an innocent oxen?
I'm not. I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker! And I kill him.
And I kill him.
There's our paladin. There it is.
This game's really easy.
Okay. Now you can now Owen, you can roll initiative, and Zerwin, you can roll initiative. Oh boy.
Yeah.
And Jenna, you can roll initiative also. Geldis and Dirk, what'd you guys get?
13.
I got a 13. You got a 10.
I got a 19.
I get to roll twice. I have advantage on initiative.
Nat 20.
Ooh, shit. Jana's gonna go first. Okay, there's two different things happening here. Dirk and Gelidus, you see this guy sort of transform a little bit, and he reaches down and grapples Ezra and bites him in the neck.
Gross.
Yeah, it's pretty
All right,
gross.
Ezra's a zombie. We have to kill him now. No turning back, everyone. While he's off screen.
That's what you missed this week.
We
Ezra...
keep him in a box now.
Then we can speak with Dad, and he has to answer.
He does. You can ask him 5 questions. The first one's going to be, are you annoyed? And then the second one will be, how annoyed are you?
Can you put in the notes Ezra minus 16 hit points?
Okay.
Ezra also undead, question mark?
Also, yeah, put that in there too. All right, Jenny, you're going first. What do you want to do? You want to shoot this guy?
I want to shoot this guy.
Yeah, you do. Wait, which guy are you shooting? The cow guy or the boat guy?
Am I seeing what's happening on the boat?
Do you have night vision?
Yes.
Well, and didn't you say they're lit up on the boat? They've got lanterns on the boat?
No,
the
ox guy has lantern. The barge didn't light any.
All right. So, I'm just gonna shoot the guy that Owen was trying to shoot, or that Owen hit.
Do the thing.
16 to hit.
You hit.
Uh, 24 damage.
Okay. Who's next?
I think it was me with a 19.
Yep.
So how close am I to this guy?
Probably 10 to 15 feet.
Okay. I'm going to run up to him and swing my let's see. I'm not do I need a rage? Probably not. Okay. I'm going to use reckless attack. Plus my great weapon fighter. So I get advantage. So 13 to hit.
You miss.
All right, I will attack again. Uh, 22 to hit.
That'll do it.
All righty. And let's see, 23 damage.
Okay. He's pretty badly hurt.
And then for my bonus action, I will do an armor spike attack. So 18 to hit.
It hits.
And this is only 1d4. So another 6 damage.
Ooh, he's hanging on by a thread.
That's it for me.
Owen?
Oh, did I beat him in initiative?
Yes. He rolled terribly. But you could miss twice or roll a natural one.
Do I hit him at 21?
You do. So how does he die?
Do I have to dump any smites into this? I guess I cut his head off.
Yeah. He gets a real surprised look, and then he reverts to his natural form, and then his head hits the ground. So it's a weird zombie demon thing that is vaguely fungus-like.
Gross.
Yeah, it is pretty gross. All right, Dirk.
I am going to wait. Hold on, real quick. I have this thing that I want to start using much more. I'm going to use distance strike, so I'm going to teleport right next to Sydney, because he's within 10 feet of me, I imagine. So I'm going to teleport right next to him. I'm going to attack him with a battle axe.
That's probably going to leave a mark. Go ahead.
So that's a dirty 20.
It hits.
And then that's 9 slashing damage. I'll just do
Okay.
another one of those. That's a 14.
Misses.
Dang.
Anything for bonus action, or are you tapped out?
Do. Always forget to do the thing. It's fine. That's fine. We're good.
Okay. Gelidus. You're muted.
So the guy is giving Ezra a giant hickey right now?
Yes, and he's grappling him.
Okay. I am going to cast a spell.
I am unsurprised.
Okay. You need to make a Wisdom 17 saving throw.
He made it.
Damn it. So I look at him and I go, drop it. And it doesn't work. That's my turn.
There's the 17. He only has a +1 modifier to his wisdom too. All right. That's it, right? Top of the order. Okay. He actually, someone roll me a d20 for Ezra.
Oh, I'll roll. Here comes the 1. Slightly better, too.
Okay. This guy rolls over the edge of the raft into the water with Ezra, and they disappear into the black water. And that's a really good place for us to end tonight, I think, even though it's a few minutes early.
He is gonna be pissed.
He is gonna be pissed at this.
Well, I mean, he's an undead, so you know.
So
We're just testing if he's dead or not by throwing him in the water.
Actually,
Gallows is at the end of the raft. Ezra!
let me just tell you a couple of things right now. The river here, where you are, because you're 2 hours upstream, is not that deep. It's less than 10 feet deep. It's probably more like 7 feet deep. It's
So
rough.
Ezra's in deadly danger.
Yes, because he's gonna drown in a few rounds. And it is roughly 40 feet wide here. It's not very fast moving. It's pretty lazy here. But it is dark, and even with night vision, water, you know, and what light there is gonna play hell on your vision. You should give each other danger awesome points. I'm gonna give one to Dirk for two things. Number one, pointing out that everyone was uncomfortable with the teenagers making out, and number two, for role playing with Jana, which was great.
I'll give mine to Gelidus for his work in the inn.
Hey, crowd, who should get the danger awesome point from the crowd?
Mine goes to Galidus too.
Throw mine at Zerwin for being a good sport, because I kept throwing NPCs his way.
I'm gonna give mine to Dirk.
Give mine to Owen, because he was like, "Just kidding, motherfucker, I'm gonna attack you." That was cool.
Could you put in the notes that Ezra gets a danger awesome point from the crowd because, and I quote, "Shit, he's gonna need it."
Yeah,
Sure
just look through
is.
my spells. I got nothing to help Ezra.
I'll jump in after him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
play our
Play.
That'll work out well.
Well, wait. Why don't I? I will probably have to jump in after him.
I'll throw you in.
I was going to have you throw me to the
Some
raft.
dwarf tossing.
Next round, I was going to have you throw me to the raft.
Okay.
You know,
do that.
if he dies, guys, I can just animate him.
Wow. Wow.
Does
Wow.
Duncan still have to roleplay him when he's an animated dead?
You're
Well,
not.
if we get him fast enough, I can resurrect him.
What if we're just seconds too late?
Can I swim?
Yeah, it's athletics.
You would have to like make it a special thing of your character to not be able to swim.
Okay.
I'm gonna end the stream on that fucking bizarre note that you're reanimating one of our players who isn't here tonight. So, have a good
He's
night.
fine.
Oh, have a good night.
All right, everybody.